next, viewers, we're getting you some more breaking updates and visuals from Mykolaiv, now an area which is in the southern parts of Ukraine, where there had been multiple strikes that had been carried out. And in those visuals itself, you can see several bombardment that has been done by the Russian troops on the ground in Mykolaiv. Remember, just a few days back, we had also seen Mykolaiv, that is a place which also had access to the Black Sea, is where on the coast of which we had seen Russian troops, Russian ships in fact, making their way towards the coast, and had also claimed this is also a little west of the places like Donetsk Oblast, where in fact the humanitarian corridor had been promised by Russia. But this is now Mykolaiv, where there have been several strikes that have been carried out by the Russian troops, and these are images from just this morning. Let's listen into this visual. And there you have it, viewers, the visuals really speaking for themselves. Visuals now from Mykolaiv, another port area of Ukraine, where in fact airstrikes had been carried out just this morning. And we had seen strategic bombardment that had been carried out by Russia across Ukraine, specifically in the northern and eastern parts of Ukraine. This also comes in the backdrop of the claims and counterclaims that had been made by Ukraine and Russia. But on that note, let me bring in Major General S.P. Sinha, who's joining us on the broadcast. Thank you, Major General, for joining us here on Republic TV. I want to bring this point to you. We have seen how the kind of claims that have been made by Ukraine and from Russia, that there will be, each side will be using weapons of mass destruction, and Russia also claiming that there are humanitarian corridors that have been promised. But on the ground, we see aggressive shelling that still continues by Russia.
You see, first of all, let me tell you that in this fog of war, there are counter-claims and claims. And from the Russian side, I think the media coverage is not adequate. And from the Western countries, America and NATO, I think the media coverage, I think it lacks credibility to a great extent, because America and NATO claim that civilian structures are being targeted, whereas there are instances where in social media it has been reported that it is not 100% true. So I think in this fog of war, what the truth is the biggest casualty in this war today. And I see that it is after Second World War, after Hitler's propaganda technique, in this war, the type of information warfare and propaganda warfare which is being resorted to takes us away from the truth which is on ground zero. Now, another thing, that what I see, that the Russian army very correctly made two thrusts. The main thrust that was on Kyiv, and thrust from the western side of Russia towards eastern side of Ukraine, that was a subsidiary thrust. Subsidiary thrust has succeeded to a great extent. They have captured Odessa, Mariupol, other places they have captured on the southern and northern side of Ukraine. But when it comes to Kyiv, they have not succeeded. And the primary reason I see it, that the tanks, on day two, it was said that the tanks are 10 kilometers away. Then it was told by BBC that tanks are 30 kilometers away. Now today is day 17. If we take speed of tank in civil time, in peace time, it is 65 kilometers per hour. I take, in the battle zone, it is normally 5 to 6 kilometers per hour. I take 2 kilometers. I calculate on the basis of 2 kilometers per hour. So in 15 hours, the tanks should have rolled in Kyiv and captured Kyiv. It has not happened. That means there is something which is stopping tanks, Russian tanks, from capturing Kyiv. And what is that? Let me tell you. It is general mud. Mud means kichad.
Well, yes, Major General, you're making a very important point when it comes to the kind of images also that we're putting out for our viewers, the kind of shelling that is being carried out by Russia in the backdrop of the diplomatic conversations that are still underway, yielding no result. But on the ground, the civilians in Ukraine continue to also suffer. Major General, I want to thank you for joining us on the broadcast. Let's bring you some more breaking updates from Ukraine.